This foundation, it's an incredible thing for any district, but the fact that it has impacted really everybody in this community, changed lives so that students are able to get the things they need. The state doesn't provide us everything that we need, and this foundation has reached out to everybody to say, if you can't get it, let us know what it is, because we want the best for our students. I feel like they've provided that.
We decided to write a grant of family backpacks in which the children are able to take home backpacks every day throughout the year.
And we just wanted to get some quality children's literature into the homes of our students and get them reading with their parents and talking about literature with their parents and writing about literature. And without the grant we received from the Shallowater Education Foundation, we wouldn't be able to send home these great books with our kids.
Last year we got blocks for our block lab, and it helps us build the foundation for these children in their education.
They can learn things in math, they can take it and use it for reading, for science. We see children excited to go to the block lab, and even if they're just learning something as simple as creating a pattern, they can't wait to get down there.
When I heard that there was an education foundation that would grant you money, I was ready to do anything I could to get that board in my classroom. I wrote the grant, and since I was doing it by myself, I could only get the $500, so I went out to find other sponsors to match with me or to work with me to raise a total of $1,800. And if I were to raise the $1,800, Promethean, the company that I got the board from, would match me the other $1,800. And the kids, once it was in here, were just beyond excited, and they wanted to use it every day. I just think their excitement for learning is higher. They get excited to see that. Instead of just doing it on a sheet of notebook paper, they get to work on the board. So that level of engagement, it reaches the highest potential, I think, with something like this, because every kid wants to be a part of it.
We wanted to have a different modality for our dyslexia kids to read on, that they could hear books being read to them on their level, even if they weren't able to read the words themselves. That was our main goal. With Shallowater having the capability that we have, the opportunity to write grants and have grants given to us for different things, allows us to have a wish list and look into what else can we do in our classroom that would benefit kids. Everybody benefited, the teachers and the children, and it was just all around good.
We wrote our grant for Brown Bag Lunch, and what we wanted was to set up about every 6 weeks a meeting where parents could come and ask the questions that they wanted to know about their child's education. If you have a desire for something, you need to think about that. Write a grant. There's money out there. Think about what your kids need the most and just go for it.
The name of our grant was Dissection It Takes Guts, and what we used our money for was to buy new dissection trays and in the kits. And dissection are what the kids look forward to all year. The trays allowed us to, when we give our test, to have the frogs or the rats displayed that we could point to the exact organ that we were looking at and wanting to test, and then the covers help it not to dry out so things look as fresh as possible. So some of the things that we're using because of the grant are the same kinds of things that a freshman in college would use also. So it allows for us to have those things. So the community coming out and supporting the foundation, it helps us in many, many ways.
We applied for a grant for calculators, actually.
It impacted every high school student we have. And so we did that two ways. We did that through ACT, SAT checkout. We also used those calculators in all of our on-campus testing. We put in the grant that there was a student that came through Shallowater High School a few years ago, and he came from a very low-income family. He couldn't afford a calculator, and so he had to get into college, he had to take the ACT or SAT test. And so one of our teachers loaned him a calculator. He actually, to make a long story short, he is attending Texas A&M right now, and that is his lifelong dream.
That's exciting to see that a kid has finally reached a goal that they've dreamed about.
Things at Tech are going good. I'm in my 4th week there, and I'm hoping to be a mechanical engineer if everything goes as planned. I don't think I could have gotten where I am without Shallowater High School and Shallowater Education Foundation. how it helped the school with all the grants that helped my teachers teach, kind of like a snowball effect. And the scholarship from the Education Foundation helped me out a ton. The best part about this money is I know that it came from people I know in my hometown community, you know, people that know me and believed in me and, you know, are helping pay for my college because I think that I can do it. To know that it's not just me at college that's going at it alone. I've got a whole community that's believed in me and is backing me up, and that helps a ton.